How to create a carousel in HTML. Now, carousels are a fantastic way to showcase multiple items like products or testimonials in a single space. It is quite easy to create, so let's build one in just few seconds. Step one, set up the HTML. And to do that, you have to go to your VSC code editor and create a basic HTML template by pressing exclamation mark enter. Now let's change the title to something else. Let's call it a carousel. Let's call it carousel. Let's change this to something else. Let's call it carousel. A carousel. Carousel. Okay. Then start with the container for your carousel items by coming to your body tag, which is here, right? And come here, create a div tag, guys. Div. Then inside of your div, you then create your different carousels, which I want to also put inside of a div. So you have your div one, that's one, right? Let's just copy and paste this. Control copy, paste div two and div three. That is carousel one, or rather, let's say item one. Let's call it item one. Sorry, not the item two instead. Then here will be what? Here will be item one, and the last one will be what? Item three rather. Item three. Okay. Now let's give them all different classes names. So for the first, we're going to give it a class name of carousel. Okay. Then for this one, so I'm going to give them carousel item. So I'm going to give them the same carousel name, so a class name of carousel item. Okay, let's just copy this and put everywhere. Control copy. Let's put it here as well. Paste. And then here too. Paste. Okay. So now this gives us the basic structure for our carousel. Now this takes us to step two. Style the carousel with CSS. Now let's view how it looks on our browser. Now you see it, guys. This is our carousel, but it's not looking okay because it's still on the basic structure. Now step two, style the carousel with CSS. Now that means let's make it look good and ensure the items line up horizontally. Now go to your head tag and come here, make it of the style tag, right? Then come here. Since we gave it a class name of carousel, I'm going to call it, making it of dot carousel. Dot carousel, right? Then let's give it a display of flex. That gives a display of flex. Display of flex, right? Then an overflow of hidden. Overflow of hidden. Then we should give it a width. A width. A width of say 100% to make it responsive across all devices. 100%. Then a maximum width of 600 pixels. That means no matter what device it is on, at most it must be 600 pixels. Then a border a border of say 2 pixels thick, and then the color should be solid. Let's use this hash DD. Yeah, based on the way it normally is on most websites. And lastly, let's give the border radius. A border radius of say 10 pixels. All right, okay. Now then let's style the carousel item itself. So dot carousel item, right? So first of all, let's start with flex. It should be flex. A flex of 0, 0, and 100%. That's it. X, Y, and Z, right? Then it should have a text align of center. Now it's at the left. Let's take it to the center. A text align of center should go to the center. And then should have a padding of 20 pixels, and a background color of say let's just say a background color of blue, for example. All right. But this is not displaying. Why? Okay. Oh, I think my code has a bug. So I think in here I did item, but here I did GEM. So let me just replace that to the I. Okay. I. That was what was not displaying correctly. Good. Now it is now displaying correctly. So now your items are displayed horizontally on your page. Now this is basically how to carry out step 2, which is styling the carousel with CSS. Now let's go on to make this have some movement. That brings us to step 3, which is adding JavaScript for sliding effects. So how do you go about that? I'll come after your body tag, create a script tag which is for JavaScript to add some movement, right? And then you come here, take const, for example, const carousel. Carousel is equal to documents dot query selector, right? Then brackets dot carousel, right? Then it says let index, that's let the index is equal to 0. All right. Then the function is that this is equal to 0. Then this slide carousel, that is you creating another name, slide carousel. would then be and there should be n here, option would then be equal to index, right? Is equal to index plus 1 index plus 1 bracket percentage okay. So carousel dot children dot length, right? Then have carousel dot style dot transform is equal to translate then equal to translate, right? Translate x then we have dollar sign index times 100% k then we then have the first interval to be slide carousel and then it should be 3 seconds as 3000, right? Okay, so that's basically how to make your carousel slide every 3 seconds. All right, so guys, this is basically how to create a carousel that is dynamic and visually appealing. Try this one and customize it to fit your site style and appeal needs. See you in my next video.